Believe in yourself, then believe in others. First, you have to believe in yourself. And we're all so special and rare and amazing. Temporary life forms. We're incredible. And believe in all your powers and your gifts and talents. They are there. I don't know what they are. I don't know what mine are. Maybe we don't know. But they're there. Or maybe you understand some, you know. When people ask these questions, like a married couple, they would say, why do how did you fall in love with him? Or why do you love her? They can try to explain it, but half of it is unexplainable or beyond words. I think the Tao Te Ching starts like that. It starts like saying, we're going to talk about sacred things, and they're beyond words, but we'll give it our best shot. You can say the word God. People like to talk about God. That's okay. But this idea of God may be beyond words. We try our best. Anyway, it's a hard time. It's a hard life. I think Buddha said it's hard being a human being. That's true. It's just difficult. In lots of ways, you lose people. You succeed in some things and you fail in others. You make mistakes. We're imperfections. But we're still incredible. And we still have a lot, to believe in. And I think that's the best way to move through this journey that we're all on. This journey of 50 years or 60 years or 90 years or whatever. Jesus Christ, my great nephew got brain cancer and died at 4. He only got 4. But he was courageous. Whatever time you have, believe in yourself. In the last 24 hours, we helped start a war in Iran. Why? There's so many places you could have started a war. Maybe just a diversion off of all the focus on the president's failure with the economy and trying to hide Epstein's horrific crimes, which he may have been a part of, probably was. So diverting our attention while putting thousands of soldiers and people in harm's way. And I think the first bombings, one of them hit a elementary school with young children in it. Sad beyond belief. Anyway, that's reality, and I'm sorry. We have to go through this journey believing in ourselves the whole way, even when these terrible things happen. I was teaching high school when 9/11 happened. It was a terrible day. Terrible day. We have to go through it together. I think the Buddhists called, joyful participation in the sufferings of the world. So even though there's so much goodness and light and happiness, the suffering we have to go through, and let's go through that together, helping each other. I wrote down the words satisfied and happiness. It's a different level. Are you satisfied? Yeah, I'm satisfied. Okay, it's not up here. Happiness is up here. We need to be more joyful and happy. and get through the tough parts, but hopefully our existence can mainly be joyful and full of light and full of life and just thankfulness and gratefulness and appreciation of each other. Appreciation of each other. So I needed some groceries. I also needed to exercise, and I don't have a car, so I was walking to the bus station or the bus stop, and I sat down because I didn't want to go up the hill and exercise. I was a little lazy, and also, sometimes we can make excuses for ourselves, like, I don't know if I can make it. But luckily, I talked myself into, hey man, let's do it. Like I thought I might have done it. Walk from the bottom of the hill up the Thistle Steps, Fauntleroy. It's called Fauntleroy. Up the hill, hit those steps, which go up to California, basically, uphill. And I did it. So I'm walking up the steps, and at one point, I hear somebody behind me jogging. And this guy half my age, he's past me. Now he has headphones on. He takes off one to communicate. That was nice. And as he's jogging by me, I said, can you teach me how to do that? And he kind of laughed. He said, you just got to keep crunching. That's the only way. That's the only way. Through all the sadness, keep crunching, baby. Keep crunching. I just wanted to be positive. We should be positive. I need that in my life. And I want to share that. Positive wins. Now I'm kind of angry. We haven't been very good citizens. And we followed this path into madness. And people with hundreds of billions of dollars. Jesus Christ. The concentration of wealth. Unhealthy for communities, economies, everything. We've done that with our economics and cutting taxes on the rich, which Trump has done with his Republicans both times he was elected, and concentrated wealth even more. And that's horrific. And what's happening with the planet and global warming, which Trump says doesn't even exist, that's horrific. And that's affecting these tax cuts, and wealth concentration is really detrimental and negative and destructive to America. But the global climate change is destructive to the entire world. And we all have to work together on that. And we can do that. We have to be better citizens. We haven't really been taught, like, hey man, you need to be a good citizen. No, we're not taught that. We're taught to go to work, do your job, get your pay, go have a drink, go watch some sports, go shopping, make sure your hair looks nice. We have to be good citizens, which is it's not impossible, but it's difficult because there's so many issues that you have to know about. Well, what do you think about what we should do with our solid waste? What should we do with our sewage? What should we do? Stuff you don't want to talk about, but it's as real as anything. How do we get off dirty energy and onto clean energy? What do we do with these superstorms or floods or drought and fire, and people lose their homes? How are those, if not replaced, where do they live? People on the street, where do they live? people that are spending way too much of their money on rent and food and energy, how do we help them have a quality of life? Survival, it's like a animal in the woods. We need to thrive. We need a quality of life up here. And only good citizens, which make good government, which make good communities and countries, is going to do that. We can do that because we are good. Intrinsically, intuitively, naturally, we've been given this beautiful heart. And we have to use it as citizens as well as human beings socially and in our families and with our friends, which we're pretty good at, but we're not very good as citizens compared. And that's hurting us. We're hurting ourselves. It's self-destructive. So believe in yourself. I believe in you because I know how rare and special and amazing you are. Not just compared to the plants and the rocks, but compared to the whole universe. 400 degrees below zero. Or the stars are, I forget how hot they are. 99% of the mass of our solar system is the sun. There's just so many facts that you're just kind of going, wow, what? Blow your mind. And here we are, entities, energy that can understand that kind of stuff. I'm not saying we're better than the tree, but I don't think the tree can understand that. So we're on a different area. I don't know if it's a different level, but this consciousness, which is a gift and an amazing gift in the middle of cold, dark space. We should revere it, appreciate it, take care of each other more. It's our duty. It's an honor. Believe in you. Believe in us. Everyone's worthy. Beyond worthy. Everyone's amazing.